Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards and welcome to day one of your 12-week resistance band training program. Today is chest. We're going to do an overview video of all the exercises in day one, so please pay attention. Watch this video a couple times or more before you actually do the workout. Pay attention to some of the modifications. More than anything, pay attention to the cues and how I'm using my muscles and taking the strain and the impact off my joints as I do all these workouts. So let's set it up here. I have a rack here. We have a very tight space, but I'm going to attach it to the rack. More than likely, you're going to have a doorway. So if you're using a doorway with an anchor, make sure the door is closing towards you. Do not use a door, and I stress this, please. I've made the mistake before of using a door that actually closes away from me and opens towards me, and the door ended up coming off the hinges. So long story, I don't have any video of that, but do that and also put some kind of warning on the other side of the door to let people know that you are doing a workout so they do not open the door, or simply just lock the door and then engage in your workout. So now it's out of the way, we can do the fun stuff. So I'm gonna hook it around here. And with all these attachments, especially on my chest right now, I can hook it according to my height. So you hook it according to your height, and what you want to do is just carefully come back here, loop it around here. You don't want to ever try to turn your shoulder too much. And I'm going to come towards the camera. So this is about mid-chest level. You don't want it up or down because there's different exercises for that. And I'm going to step out and give myself a little bit of resistance. Now the cool part is that you can always change your feet. And even as you get tired, you can back it up and take away some of that resistance. Or if you feel strong, you can step away. But you can see I have a tight area here, so I can only do so far. So I'll come out here. And what we're going to do, this grip here first, neutral grip, underneath grip. So pay attention to the set and rep scheme for that. So your basic bench press. So it's like lying on a bench, doing a bench press with a barbell. Come back, and what I'm going to do is come back until I feel a stretch, no further, and then squeeze. Stretch, squeeze, stretch, got a crack, squeeze. So what I'm doing also is I'm not squeezing out here, I'm squeezing from back here. So my chest starts to flex right here, and I use what's called isometrics, flexing my muscles. Come back, boom. Now you're gonna have neutral grip, same thing. Elbows are gonna be a little bit in towards your sides. So they're scraping your sides, just like a military push-up. Push, push. Now, like I said, I'm coming back here and I'm flexing right from here. So I'm not squeezing and then squeezing out like that. It's a full squeeze from back here. And that's your neutral grip. Now, the next one is underhanded grip. Squeezing, you can really see my chest squeezes in towards the center. I can get a little bit more of a squeeze together at the center right there and do it like that. It's pretty tough. So you got 3 different presses in a row with different grips. So you got to be careful, and you don't want to lock your elbows out, and you don't want to lean in. You just want shoulders back, chest out, and squeeze just like that. Next exercise is flies. So this is like hugging a tree. You don't want to come too far back with your shoulders. You want to feel the stretch and squeeze all the way from that point. So I'm going to come around here. Be careful stepping in and out of it. And I don't step out and bring it like this. I always try to keep it in front of me. So right here. Now I bend my elbows and just hug a tree. Come back, I feel a stretch. Squeeze. Stretch, squeeze. Stretch, squeeze. What I usually like to do is bring my knuckles together like that, so I get boom, right there. You might like this. It's all up to you, but see how my elbow sort of straightens out? When I curl them in like that, it's bent more right there. I want to talk a little bit about breathing too. Inhale. So in with your nose, mouth. In. And one safe way to come out of this, back it up, and then just drop it right there. So you don't have to try to turn into it or do anything like that. So that's your fly. So now we have another fly. It's called a sunrise sunset. Be very careful with this. But we're trying to advance from the 2017 version of the 12-week program. So this 2018 version is going to be a lot more involved. So I'm going to step back here, come back. Sunrise is up, sunset is down, just like that. Just got to get the resistance that works for me. Come up here and then come down here. Up here, and you're squeezing. See how my elbows are a little straight? I'm going to bend them. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. I admit, even on the top, I don't feel it as much. Now I do. Bottom, I feel it all the time there. Top, I really have to work and use isometrics, flex your muscles. Sunset. So one more. Sunrise, sunset, right there. And bring it back to your chest and just carefully step it back and drop the bands. Now one's a little tough. Might take a little getting used to, but we're going to try to hit more parts of each muscle, especially with the chest. We're adding exercises, adding grips, adding all sorts of stuff. So if you need to, go back to the 2017 version, especially if you purchase this off the special package price where I included the 2017 version with this 2018 version. Check that out. Go back to that. When you perfect that, come back, do this chest workout. All right, this is going to be the last movement, the last exercise in day one of your 12-week resistance band training program. And it may include a band or it may not. It may just be body weight. So what we're going to do here is push-ups. And if you have push-up stands, those are great because they take a lot of pressure off of your wrist. But if you don't, just spread your fingers onto the floor. So anytime your hands touch the floor, spread your fingers wide. Now the modification for this, without the band, would be just to have your knees here and then just curl your toes and then just go down and push up there. Down, push up there. Once again, when you come down here, flex your chest, squeeze up. But if you're going to do a standard push-up, you just come off your knees, come down, squeeze. Think of squeezing your chest. Don't think about your arms. Come down, squeeze. Come down, squeeze. Now we're going to include the band. This is going to be pretty tough. So if you have a band, bring it around your back. What I do is I come in here. You have to get a feel for it. It takes a while. And this is a new band that I'm using for this particular thing. They also sell them where there's 3 bands. I'm bringing up my back. A little tough here. Come down, squeeze. Come down, squeeze. And I can add a little bit more resistance. Make it a little tougher. This is really an advanced move. So I would just really do regular push-ups until you feel like you need more resistance. Squeeze. Squeeze. It's moving around a little bit. That's okay. There we go. Squeeze. Squeeze. And squeeze. Adds a little bit, but it can be really tough. So that's scalable. What I would do is if you never did a push-up, even if you can't do a push-up on your knees, guess what you do? Just hold a plank. If you can hold a plank, time this. Instead of doing the reps, count whether you're doing 12, 15, 25, whatever reps you're doing, count very slowly into that, stop, come down, stretch it out, come back into it, do your sets like that. But try to do a push-up if you can, especially if you're on your knees and modifying. But the ultra modification for that is obviously staying in that plank. Be careful with your wrists. Buy a set of push-up stands if you need to. If you don't, just please be careful with your wrist and make sure fingers are spread wide on the floor.